Hello everybody, my name is Shuyang Zhang. I'm a current master student from Department of Geography, Texas A&M University. So today here I would like to present our poster about an intelligent spatial decision support system based on citizen science for driving resilience in coastal communities. So this poster is an outcome of a research program funded by Texas A&M University Innovation X project. We formed a multidisciplinary team that consists of people from GI science, environmental science, management information science, electrical and computer engineering, and computer science and engineering. So the motivation of this program is that we noticed that flood disasters have caused severe human, environmental, and economic loss to our society recently, and communities in flood disaster-prone cities such as Houston can be under great threat from flood hazard. Especially in emergency situations, planning optimal reaction strategies must depend on identification of socially vulnerable areas and communities in disaster events during both disaster management and recovery in terms of evacuation of socially vulnerable groups and accessibility to emergency facilities. So the main objectives of this program is about identifying special hotspots of socially vulnerable locations during disaster events, and evaluating transportation accessibility for socially vulnerable communities, and mapping house damages at a spatial temporal scale using citizen science, and also analyze disaster risk perception using social sensing and surveys. So at the first stage of this program, our team did some community reach out and surveys. So we developed a risk perception survey for SafeNet organizations to help them improve services during disaster preparedness and recovery. So this survey includes the topics such as previous health and safety training experience, evacuation and emergency planning, and service delivery plan, and also socially vulnerable community engagement plan. And besides that, for our research methods, since social media data are now more location-based, the phenomenon of social media is not only transforming the scene of computing, but also simulating social changes of various kinds. And with mapping and visualization methods, the development of location-based social media has improved social media from cyberspace to a real place. So for example, most location-based social media allow users to know and see on a map where their friends are physically located or what they're talking about at a particular time. And this can become a realistic data source for many researchers. So here in this program, we collaborated with Natural Language Processing Lab from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Texas A&M University. We applied a social media analytics system named Social Sensing of Disaster Impact and Social Considerations to identify and aggregate social media clusters as sub-events discussing different categories of impacts during Hurricane Harvey. And figure 1 here shows how this social sensing of disaster impacts and social considerations model works. And the results are illustrated as figure 2. And based on identified emergent events from social media using a weekly supervised learning system and social sensing and surveys, we're able to model flooding risk perception and present identified spatial hotspots of socially vulnerable locations with a custom designed online mapping application, which is as figure 2 shows here. And by systematically integrating spatial analysis on identified socially vulnerable communities and evaluation on transportation accessibility for those communities, the proposed decision support system can be used to support optimal reaction strategies planning by visualizing communities, which should be considered with high priority during both disaster management and recovery in disaster events, and further support disaster resilience planning. There is one thing interesting we found in the chart analysis with our web app, just show here. There are about 38% of the tweets are about transportation during Hurricane Harvey. So why do people care so much about transportation? Do they all met with some traffic or transportation issues, or maybe they need transportation help during that time period? So the evacuation of socially vulnerable groups and how to improve their accessibility to emergency facilities with public transportation constructions are crucial to disaster management. And also besides that, we have developed an interactive citizen science driven mapping tool to enable collaborative decision making in assessing disaster damages during disaster recovery. So people can report damages and share their house repairing practices in real time with our web-based mapping tool. So in this project, we designed an interactive and collaborative spatial decision support system based on advanced cyber infrastructure, WebJS, and citizen science to improve situational awareness in disaster management. And our platform included in this system considers spatial and social vulnerability priorities to enhance knowledge facilitation and sharing among disaster responders and communities. So that's all of my speaking, and I hope you guys can have a great time here and enjoy your time. Okay, thank you.